22 seasons later, Coach Booth calling it a career here at Creighton. How much thought went into this decision for you?
A lot. I mean, it's been the last couple months that I've been kind of processing this, and it was not an easy decision. It's still not an easy decision. But I felt like if I was going to take on a new challenge, the timing's right. The infrastructure here at Creighton, I think, is set up to continue to have great success, and that was really important to me.
How confident are you in Brian Rosen and him taking over this program?
Brian is fantastic. And I don't say that he's... people in the industry know he's a great recruiter. Our players know he's a great trainer. But what the rest of us know is he's a great human. He cares about the student athletes as people. He's a good communicator. He is a phenomenal coach. And then coupled with the fact that everyone's going to stay with Angie, Adam, and Caleb, I think the program is really set up for success.
Well, when you think back on your career, you got here, the team had won 3 games prior to you taking over, and now you finish only losing 3 going to the Elite Eight. How much has gone into this for you, building this from the ground up?
You know, as I've reflected, it really comes back to that I've had so many people help me. Even when I just got the job and I didn't know a lot, truly did not know a lot, I hired really well. Angie and then Paul Gieselman, who was way more qualified than me. So I think what I've done is I've learned as we've gone along, and I've utilized people around me, and this has been a huge group effort. And the other big thing is as we got better, Creighton invested more. So they saw the potential. I mean, this building, for one, was a huge investment that, Connie Ryan was the one that said we need something for women's athletics, and, the Ryan family and the Sokol family were lead donors to make this happen.
Who are some of those people you point to in terms of mentors, or maybe some that you've had conversations with and wanting to step away from this role?
Gosh, it's hard to name names because you're going to forget people. My entire staff has been awesome. I've talked to them. My husband. There's been different people. I mean, through my time here, Jim Flannery and I office next to each other, and we definitely have hashed a lot of things out over the years. Bruce Rasmussen, I still talk to a lot these days. Terry Pettit. So many. There's so many people and you tap into different people for different needs. But I'm so grateful for all the people that are willing to take my call and give advice and lend support. Brandon Rosenthal at Lipscomb was someone that I really leaned into, and people probably don't even know that we're good friends, and just talking through am I being crazy, and him processing all this with me.
How special of a year was it last season to go out on that note with the team that could go down as one of the best in Creighton volleyball history?
It was the thing that I'll remember about that team was just the joy that they played with, how much they loved each other. We had 7 seniors, and half of them didn't get a lot of playing time, and the leadership that they showed and the care that they had for this team, those are the things that I'll remember of sometimes the players that didn't get a lot of acclaim. And then our star players were the most humble, wonderful human beings. That it was just a really joyful team to coach, really good staff chemistry. So, I loved every moment of this past season.
I asked you what you'll be most proud of. You said the women. Just what have these women meant to you in your career and seeing them grow?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely why I got into coaching, of building them. I remember it was in the 90s, someone said, what's your coaching philosophy? And I remember saying, to build women, and that hasn't changed, and I feel like I've improved on how to do that over the years. I hope I have. But sport just teaches us so much. It's hard, they go through, we ask a lot of them. We get on them when it's not, when they're not performing, they're tired, they have conflict, all these skills that is part of life, and they learn to navigate it. They learn how to deal with conflict in a productive manner, not in a way that's destructive. And all these skills are it's why so many of our alums are successful in their career afterwards. And I think that's what I love about coaching.
How well positioned do you think this university is in terms of NIL and investing in volleyball here?
I think one thing that's been fortunate from a university perspective is our admission rate numbers are still high in a lot of private institutions, that's not the case right now. So I think Creighton as a whole is doing really well. We don't have the cap that that all the P4 schools are hitting, because we won't hit that cap. So what it means for a sport like volleyball is that maybe the school will only be able to afford a certain amount of rev share, but if we can go out and fundraise that money, we have a chance to be nationally competitive, and I think that's the case. Brian's and the staff are going to be in a position that I think they can be in that top 10 nationally with rev share, because of the amazing supporters that we have to help the program stay relevant nationally.
Well, you saw Brian speak up there, and he's already spewing out the words Final Four. He's so confident in where he wants to bring this program. At the end of the day, when you sleep at night, what makes you at peace with your decision?
I think, like I alluded to, I think it's great women that are currently in the program, so I think the culture is strong currently, and I think the staff is really strong, and I think they have the resources to continue to elevate and support to do those things. So, it's going to be hard not being a part of it, but I do feel like it's set up to continually have great success, and it's the right people at the helm.
Well, thank you for everything over the past 22 seasons here. You're an absolute legend in the game.
Well, thanks. Appreciate you.